To start with, to open, we must open a new table, say table number 10, and then the system will prompt you for how many customers for table 10. So we have to be precise on counting the customer number. Okay, so if there are two customers in table number 10, let's put two. Okay, so now we open table number 10, and this is your current menu. Okay, so you have soup. If you want to go back to the main, you just have to press main, salad, main, pasta, main, and pizza. Okay, so basically this is your main categories. Okay, so chocolate, you also have a chocolate and breakfast. Okay, so this is your group items: soup, salad, entries, pasta, and so. Okay, let's go to the button on this part of the system. These are the buttons, the function buttons. We have delete, time send, reference, send, print, settle, and so on. Okay, so I will discuss it one by one. Okay, so let's start with deletion first. So deletion means to delete the customer order. Okay, so we have two types of deletion, which is delete before send and delete after send. Okay, so delete before send is explain to you. Let's say one customer order one salad and one main course. Okay. Let's put one drink, which is cola. So cola, and okay, so the customer asks to change the cola to cola light. Okay, so all you have to do is to delete. Okay, so you will notice that delete before send will have like, let me show you. Okay, to delete, when you press delete, you will notice that there are no prompt for deletion reason. Okay, so because the orders are not being sent yet. Okay, so meaning you can freely delete whatever items you want to delete or the customer asks you to delete. Okay, so let's say cola light and they want to add one orange juice. Okay, and then again the customer asks, I don't want orange juice, I only need cola light. So you can delete it normally without any restrictions. But once you press send, meaning now we are now in delete after send. Okay, so when you open again and the customer says that I don't want cola light, I want to exchange it with orange juice. So once you press delete, now you will have the prompt of reasoning. Okay, what's the reason of the deletion? Okay, so you have to put, let's say that customer changed mind, and now it will ask for your manager's access. Okay, so you have to call your manager to delete this for you, because when you try to access using your account, you don't have the level for it. Okay, so I will delete it for now using our account, and you will notice that the item has been deleted, and we can change it now to orange juice. Okay, once you press send, we'll now send deletion print out on that particular printer with the orange juice and so on. Okay, so the rule is before deleting, no, make sure before sending, make sure that the customer has the final order, so we can avoid this kind of deletions. Okay, so once the customer confirmed that this is their order, beetroot salad, chicken biryani, and orange juice, and they said yes, let's press send. Okay, so we can avoid the deletions later on. So delete last item, basically it will delete the last item you punch. So it's same function as delete, but in delete, If you want to highlight a specific item and then press delete. So delete can also serve as multiple items to be deleted, but you need to highlight the item first. Now let's go to time sent. Time sent means like customer requests for one, let's say one pasta to be served after 10 minutes. Okay, so you can you can delay it by pressing the time send. Okay, and then if they requested for 10 minutes, just press 10 minutes. And you will notice that this item will be sent on the specific printer for after 10 minutes. So once you press send, it will now send. It will have the delay for 10 minutes and the order will come out on the printer after 10 minutes. Okay, so it will have a timer on that. Okay, so let's go now to reference. Okay, so for example, this reference means if you want to put a reference on that table and on the bill. Okay, so for example, let's say let's have the customer name or telephone number, for example, 5065551111. So let's say this is their telephone number. Okay, so when you press OK, when you press send, it will show you now the reference on that table. Okay, and if you print that bill, okay, sorry, unsent item, and you notice that there is 9 minutes left. Okay, but I have to delete this in order to print the bill. Okay, so print check. When you print the check, the reference will be here after before the revenue center. Now, and you once you print the bill, you will notice that the table color has been changed to orange from blue. Okay, meaning this table is now ready to pay, and you have to issue the printed bill. So, which is this print check. By the way, in print check, you can only print once. The second print check will have the manager's approval on it. Try and see if you don't have that access. So if you print again, and only managers can reprint that bill. Okay, so let's go to send. Okay, send means to send the orders to the designated printers and also to go back to the main page. This is how the sends work. So print bill means the customer is ready to pay, you have to issue the bill, and you just have to press this. Since this bill is already printed, it will turn to orange. Okay, so you want example again. Let's open one table, one salad, and send. You'll notice the table color is blue, meaning the table is occupied. Okay, but once you print the bill, this meaning it will change to orange, meaning this table is ready to pay. Okay, now once it's ready to pay and they issue the payment, okay, you have to close that bill, which is you have to go in settle. So in settlement page, you will notice this is the form of payments. We have cash, on account, Visa, card, and NABs. Okay, so let's say the customer will pay two types of payment, okay, which is one cash and one card. We can do that in our system. So let's say, for example, they will pay 50 reals as cash, and the remaining 75 amount will be paid by card. So let's say this is Visa. This is 75, press OK and finalize. Okay, so before finalizing, make sure that the change is correct for cash, and for the card, the POS handheld machine accepted the payment and printed the bill, and then after that you can finalize settlement, because otherwise if you have a wrong payment you have to revise the payment for this bill, and I will explain to it later. Okay, so finalize, yes. Okay, and now you notice the table is turned green, meaning you have to clear this table. Okay, clear the table, just press again, clear table, and yes, and table number 5 is ready to be occupied again. Okay, so let's go back here. Now we discussed the upper part of the buttons, and now let's discuss this lower part buttons. Okay, so I will open one table. Okay, so it is special instructions. Okay, special instruction meaning you have to put instruction on the item. Okay, but you need to select the item first. For example, let's say we have smoothies. Oh, sorry, we have drinks. Coffee. What's the coffee? Cold coffee. Ice Spanish latte. Let's say, and the customer requested for less ice. We just have to press a special instruction and put the less ice comments in here. Okay, so once you press send, see that there is a comment when they will receive from the printer, which is they have to do with it. Yeah, they have to do the Spanish latte with less ice. Okay, so just press OK and it will send to the bar section. Okay, so customer count, usually you have to adjust the customer number. For example, you mistakenly put 1 instead of 2, and you can adjust it from here. Okay, so now let's talk about the discounts. The discounts can be found here. So discount item and discount check. So these are two types of discount. So basically this is the line discount and this is the check discount. Okay, so let's add one more item.